ሰላም ከመይ ቀኒኹም ክቡራት ተኸታተልቲ ንሎሚ ፍልይ ዝበለ መደብ ሒዝናልኩም መፂና ኣለና እንተወሓደ እዚ መደብ እዚ እንተወሓደ ኣብ ሰሙን ክልተ ግዜ ክነቕርቦ ክንፍትን ኢና ናይ ሎማዓንቲ መደብና ብእንግሊዝኛ እዩ ክኸውን እቲ ምንታይ እቲ ናይ ተጋሩ ስነልቦናን ከምኡ እውን ኣብ ትግራይ ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ዝግበር ዘሎ ኩነታት ወይ ከዓ ብኢትዮጵያ ኣብ ልዕሊ ትግራይ ዝግበር ዘሎ ኩነታት ኩሉ ንናይ ዓለም ሕብረተሰብ ክነሕልፍ ስለ ዝደለና ማለት እዩ ስለዚህ በዚህ አጋጣሚ ሎማዓንቲ ንመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ኢና ንጅምሮ ዘለና መርሴ እንኳዕ ደሓን መጻኻ
እንኳዕ ደሓን ፀናሕ thank you
ግርም So I would like to say just thank you for you accepting my invitation to be interviewed in my media and to explain what is going on in Ethiopia over Tigrayan to my audience. So today's title will be the pointless civil war in Ethiopia, Tigray. So by the way, there are so many people who believe that this is not civil war, this is genocide. So what do you call it?
It's definitely going to be a civil war, I believe, because it's going to be a war fought by the people of Tigray against the federal government that has waged a war on them. As a result of the war and as a means to subjugate the people of Tigray, the federal government is using internationally acclaimed crimes against the people of Tigray. One of those crimes is incarcerating Tigrayans that live across the country. More than 30,000 Tigrayans ethnically were selected and imprisoned. They are being put in concentration camps. This has not been done in modern days. So it's heading in the direction of genocidal activities. Tigrayans have been dislocated from their workplace, from the government offices and other places. Tigrayan businessmen and women are being persecuted. So overall, it's ethnically attacking the people of Tigray. And some have been killed, some have been tortured, and they are being put in concentration camps. So this is a crime against humanity, and the government will have to be stopped by the international community. Otherwise, it's heading to be a genocidal action.
Okay, so you are agree with the people who are saying this activity is the genocide, not civil war?
Well, it's there's a civil war going on as a means to win the civil war. The federal government or the junta, Abiy Ahmed, is using illegal means to subjugate the people of Tigray. And the means that he is using are illegal, not only illegal, they are defined as criminal, a crime against humanity. Crime against humanity. Selecting people, incarcerating people selectively for their ethnicity and killing them and torturing them is a crime against humanity. And that's what's going on. Has it reached to a level of genocide? Maybe not, but it's heading in that direction.
Now it's converting into a genocide.
Yes, there is a civil war going on, but he's using genocidal methods to subjugate the people of Tigray.
Where do you believe it's that this problem is stemming from or coming from? What is the cause of this war?
So the person in power in the central government, Abiy Ahmed, is very narcissistic and he will do anything to stay in power. And because of that, he has been committing crimes against people elsewhere in the country, like in Oromia and in Amhara, in Benishangul. People have been dying, and some of those deaths are caused by the government, sometimes intentionally or sometimes because of the negligence of the government. So this junta doesn't care about the people, but for his power. The only people that have not subjugated for him were the Tigray people, and he wants to subjugate them, but they are defending their interest. They are defending their liberty and their freedom. So that's why he has waged an all-out war against them, and so far they are defending bravely because he couldn't win the war in the battlefront. Now he is selecting, illegal means to subjugate them. That is persecuting Tigrayans in the other parts of the country. And because of that, there are up to 30,000 people put in concentration camps. The last time this was done was during the German Nazi time. This is unprecedented in modern history. After the World War II, people being put in concentration camps for their ethnicity. So this is the worst crime that a leader can do to his people. And for that, the junta, Abiy Ahmed, need to be held responsible and accountable for this, and not to be put in front of justice.
Okay, so do you think it's fair that the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia is shut off the telecommunication and the terminating of the communication in Tigray? So what do you think is his motive?
Yes, that is another crime that he's committing against the people who are living in Tigray. He is blocking them from getting electricity, telecommunication, or internet services. This is a crime against humanity, a crime against the freedom of people's movement and communication. And also, he recently bombed the substation from the Takaze Dam, which was providing electricity to the Tigray region. So he has continued to commit these crimes, and he has to be checked by the international community. That's not the only thing he's doing. He is also imprisoning journalists who are reporting the developments in the war. He wants to be the only person who speaks about the war. He has imprisoned all journalists who have been reporting neutrally, and the only media that is being allowed to report about the war is the state media. And as you can tell, they are fabricating false news and trying to convince the international community.
Good. As we know, most of us, we know that according the Ethiopian constitution, the position of the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is his term is expired as of October 5th. So can we say there is no elected government or elected Prime Minister in Ethiopia? Can we say they have a right to decide in the given country, all or any party of the country?
So the leader's legitimacy emanates from being elected as a leader or by force. He's trying to get that legitimacy by force using military power, but even that is not working for him at this time. So he is using any means that he can afford to subjugate all the people of Ethiopia, and uh, and it's a matter of time before he loses his war against the people of not only Tigray but the whole Ethiopian people, because the Tigray people are in this civil war against him because they were able to defend with military power. The other people are suffering under his reckless administration. So uh, at the end, his destiny will be to be just like the other dictators, like that of Saddam Hussein, like that of Muammar Gaddafi, and Mengistu Haile Mariam. So it's just a matter of time before he faces justice.
Okay, according to the constitution, who do you think is legitimate from the big party from TPLF and Prosperity Party? Because they are fighting, or as you have mentioned, the prime minister, the former prime minister Abiy Ahmed, wants to defeat Tigray or TPLF. So, according to the constitution, who is the legitimate government, you think?
Yeah, the constitution stipulates that a government must be elected by the people, and the term that a government stays is for 5 years. That's clearly specified in the constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And Abiy Ahmed has illegally postponed the election, so there's no question that he is not a legal or a legitimate prime minister. The TPLF, for me, the position of the TPLF doesn't matter, because the war that's being fought is between the dictator junta Abiy Ahmed and the people of Tigray. The people that he is incarcerating in the sections of the country are not members of TPLF. He is incarcerating Tigrayans. He is putting them into concentration camps, not because they are TPLF members, but because they are Tigrayans, ethnic Tigrayans. So the war is against the people of Tigray, and he is trying to subjugate the people of Tigray. TPLF is just another party in Tigray, and the people, there was an election, the people have unanimously elected that party to lead them. It's not for any other entity to decide who leads Tigray. It's only the people of Tigray who decide who rules them, and they ruled that it's TPLF that should rule them. So when it comes to legitimacy, TPLF has definitely a legitimacy in Tigray, but Abiy Ahmed, he doesn't have a legitimacy. His only source of power is military. And it's a matter of time before even the military will turn against him.
Yeah. Okay. So nowadays there are conflicts in everywhere in Ethiopia. So there are so many elites, especially from Amara elites. They believe that the consequence of the constitution, this is the situation that the cause of the constitution. So do you think, what is your opinion of the constitution? Do you think it needs some improvement?
Yeah, so I have respect for the people of Amhara, and they have interest. They want to keep Ethiopia integrated and together. I respect that, even if I have difference in the way Ethiopia should be integrated, but I respect that as a political opinion. Mm-hmm. All of us have our opinions, and we should sit around the table and resolve that, or try to make it work together. So whether there is an issue, I think as a Tigrayan, I think there is a problem with the constitution too. I don't think the Tigray has the appropriate representation in the House of Federations, and I think the constitution should change. Actually, I believe that it should be the people of Tigray who should go against the constitution, but peacefully. All of us should go try to change the constitution to fit our needs, and we have to negotiate and bargain and come up with the best constitution that works for everyone there, and there should be give and take. Everything should be done peacefully. I don't think it's in the interest of the Amhara people or the Tigray people or the Oromo people to go to war. The only entity in here who is waging war is Abiy Ahmed and his followers. The Amhara people do not benefit from the war. The Tigray people will not benefit from the war. The Oromo people will not benefit from the war. So, of course, there are political differences between all of them, and they have to resolve it peacefully. But this war is being waged by Abiy Ahmed, the junta Abiy Ahmed, and it's against the interest of the brotherly people, the Amhara, the Tigray, the Oromo people.
Good. Okay. So, who do you think is the stakeholders of this conflict in Ethiopia? Because there are some words from different areas and from medias also that there is the participation or intervention of President Isaias Afwerki and some other stakeholders. So, who do you think the stakeholders of this conflict, this war?
So here is the situation. Wherever you see war and civil war, look around and you'll find a dictator, a junta. Anywhere you go, any country you go, if there is a civil war or a conflict, there are dictators or juntas behind it. And obviously, the jumbo junta, who is Isaias Afwerki, he has been leading his country into destitution, into poverty. That's a country where its youth do not have the opportunity to pursue happiness, to pursue life, and to cherish life. They are all becoming refugees. They can't live in their country freely, and they are our brothers. The only way Isaias can stay in power is by waging war and creating conflicts against other people. Otherwise, there will definitely be internal strife, and he will be removed. And it's a matter of time before that happens. Now, the people of Eritrea, the only thing they need is peace. The youth of Eritrea, the only thing they need is peace. And none of them want to fight with their brothers in south of Marab River. So definitely the conflict is being sponsored by Isaias Afwerki and his brother in spirit, Abiy Ahmed. The two of them benefit from this war. But the Eritrean people, the Tigray people, the Amhara people, the Oromo people will not benefit from this war. They should not be participating in this war.
For many years, Ethiopia, there have been the ethnic feuds in regions, especially the situation that make so many people is the cause of this constitution is that because there is the ethnic feud in Ethiopia. So as a result, there are so many people also that they support for this situation, for this war. They support it. Most of Ethiopians, they don't want this war. So
yeah.
what do you have to say for those people?
I don't think majority of the Ethiopians support the war. There are few individuals who are benefiting from the current regime and who think they can. The only way they can sustain their power is by waging war. Other than that, none of Ethiopian people, whether it's Amhara people or Oromo people, I don't think they support the war. It's against their advantage. So those few individuals who are, supporting Abiy in this criminal, this crime against humanity, I think they should think twice because I don't think they should see their names in history as people who stood by the side of the criminal. He already committed many crimes, and it's a matter of time before he is put in front of justice. So I think all of those who are flirting with supporting him, I think they should think twice.
Good. So, how do you think this bad situation, this war, can be fixed?
Well, the best solution would be to negotiate peaceful negotiation and to arrange an administrative government and put all political forces together. They should sit down and have a dialogue about the future path of the country. That's the only solution out. The second option is war, and in war, many lives will be lost, and eventually the people will win. Dictators can't stay as long as they can, the military can afford to protect them. And at this time, Abiy's military is not in a situation to protect his power.
Yeah, but as we have heard from different medias, like from yeah, Ethiopian medias also, that Prime Minister refused for the negotiation of peace. So, how do you think it could be happen?
Because he knows that as a part of the negotiation, there will be a need for a release of all political prisoners and the arrangement of election immediately. And he knows that he's going to lose. So he wants to find reasons to extend his power. And now he's going to reason with the civil war to extend his staying in power. That's what Isaias have been doing against the people of Eritrea. He gives other reasons, conflicts, to not to hold elections. Abiy wants to do the same thing, but I don't think he has the tools and the means to do that. I think his military is weak, divided, and the people that he is trying to subjugate are strong and determined to defend their interest and their freedom.
Okay, what do you think will be the fate of Ethiopia if the outcome is different from your suggestions that you have forwarded now?
So, as I said, a peaceful negotiation where all political prisoners are released and all political forces are sitting around the table in negotiation, that would be the best way forward. But Abiy will lose in that direction. So he will try to do whatever he can to avoid that. And by avoiding that, of course, the only option we have is civil war. And in this war, I expect the people of Ethiopia to be against the war, to reject the genocidal actions, the criminal actions that he's doing. This is a time of solidarity, an opportunity to show their solidarity. If that doesn't happen, the fate of Ethiopia could change for good, and the country might disintegrate, and it might change for good.
So, what can we inspire from the situation? Do you think it will be good? It will be integrated, or Ethiopia will integrate it as the previous one, or the most of situations or the most of conditions shows us that Ethiopia will disintegrate. So,
yeah,
okay.
Nobody wishes for Ethiopia to disintegrate. These are people who lived for 1,000 years together. Ideally, we want to keep Ethiopia intact, but the only way it stays intact is if the government respects people's self-determination, the right to rule themselves, the right to exercise their rights. The only way we can sustain the Ethiopian state is by doing those. Now, this government is trying to change people's identities and force them to a different identity and to accept his legitimacy without any election. And that's not going to happen, at least for the people of Tigray. That's not going to happen. The people of Tigray sacrificed hundreds of thousands of lives to defend their rights, to defend their freedom. And today, we will do anything to defend our rights and to defend our freedom. So my hope is that the international community will put pressure on Abiy Ahmed and get rid of him from his power and find a way for all political forces to sit around the table and pave a path, a roadmap for Ethiopia. And arrange a federation or a confederation arrangement for where all the peoples of Ethiopia can enjoy their freedom.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Jose, for you coming and give us and share us your experience to us and to our audience. Thank you so much. ክቡራት ተከታተልትና እዚ ፕሮግራም እዚ ኣብ ሰሙን ሓደ ግዜ ንምግባር ክንፍትን ኢና ሓድሽ መደብ እዩ ዘለኩም ርእይቶ ክትቡና ኮላይ ክንሰምዕን ክነመሓይሽን ቁርባት ኢና መርሲኤ ናይ ኩሉ ግዜ ናይ ሶልሶልስ መደብ እውን በዓል ዓምዲ እዩ ስለዚ ብትግርኛና ኮላይ የቀኒልና ክብረት ይሃበልና ክብል ይደሊ ስለዚ ኣብ ቀጻሊ መደብ ብኻልእ መደብ ክሳዕ ንራኸብ ብኻልእ ክሳዕ ንራኸብ ከዓ ሰሰና ይንኩልና